Hello, my name is Andrea from Kind Mind Meditation. This is my pug Sadie. She is never far, so she's going to do some yoga with us. We're going to do a slow flow class, about 60 minutes, and I love to use blocks in my practice. So grab 2 blocks if you need them. You might want a strap. These are just things to support your practice, not necessarily things that I'm asking you to have. Now, as always, I don't want you to worry about trying to perfectly mimic me. I'm recording myself in a video rather than audio so that you can look to check and see that you are understanding, but it's not because I want you to be me, look like me, do exactly what I do. This is your practice. I'm offering suggestions, but you make decisions. So with that, I would actually like to start in child's pose. So moving my bolster out of the way, coming towards the back of your mat, leaning on your heels, spreading your knees so that they're about as far as the width of the mat. Take a deep breath, and on your exhale, lower down, forehead to mat. Just take a moment to arrive. Let the day or the night fall away. Good. Now on an inhale, lift your head up and slide your arms to the right so that you feel a side body stretch on your left side. And in a slow flow practice, we take about 3 breaths in each pose. Good. Inhale, lifting your head up and walking your hands to your left side. Fingers are reaching, arms are stretching. And if you have tight knees, you can tuck a blanket behind your knees so that the fold isn't as deep. Good. On an inhale, come up. We're going to meet in tabletop pose, which means your hips are over your knees, the tops of your feet are flat against the mat, and your hands are under your shoulders. On an inhale, we're going to do some cat-cow. So inhale, dropping the belly, tilting the pelvis down, lifting the head and your gaze upwards. Exhale, this is cat pose. This is like a Halloween cat. So you're really spreading your shoulder blades apart, arching your back. Good. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And just to your own breath, alternate between the two. A few more breaths here. Option to circle the head or the hips. You can make this your own. Good. Now finding stillness back in tabletop. Flip your hands around 180 degrees to stretch out the wrists. If this is too hard on your wrists, you can also just do sideways. And then slightly lean into it. Breathing through the nose, lips are sealed. Good. Bringing your hands back towards your fingers facing the front of your mat. On an inhale, lift your right arm up high to the sky, gaze upward following it, and exhale, thread your arm behind your left arm so that your right shoulder's on the mat, the right side of your face is on the mat, and you're getting this deep stretch. Option to press into your left hand to get a deeper stretch, or put your left arm behind you for a half bind. Good. On an inhale, come all the way up. Hand back to the sky. Exhale, release into tabletop. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Inhale, left hand up high to the sky. And exhale, threading the needle. Left arm behind your right arm. Left side of your face on the mat. And pressing in to your right hand. To deepen the stretch. Option to half bind with your right arm. Good. Inhale, come up. Left hand extends high to the sky once more. Exhale. Release back to tabletop. Now tuck your toes, lift your knees off the mat, and extend your legs so that your hips are high to the sky. Now listen, with down dog, I don't care if your heels are touching the mat. What I want is your hips high, your torso, your chest long. I want you to push up and out from your hands, not dropping into your shoulders. And in time, you may notice your hips dropping a little. But as this is our first down dog, it's completely okay to bend the knees. And bending one leg at a time, we actually call walking the dog. Might even want to do some ankle rolls. One leg at a time, of course. Good, and now find some stillness, however your down dog looks for you. One more inhale. Exhale, look to the top of your mat and tiptoe to the top. Kicking your pug out of the way if you need to. From here, I just want you to dangle. Again, knees can be bent in this pose as well. We have plenty of time to deepen and strengthen later. You may want to hold on to opposite elbows, have a gentle sway. We're just warming up the spine before our practice. You may want to nod your head yes, shake it no, or release your arms so that they're just dangling. Good, and on our next inhale, we're going to slowly rise up all the way. So take a deep breath and start curling up ever so slowly. Roll your shoulders up and back. Palms facing forward. Gaze forward. This is mountain pose. Get out any cricks or cranks or last minute adjustments you need before we're going to start our Sun Salutation A series. Good, now on an inhale, lift both arms up and out, high above your head. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, halfway lift. You may have your fingers on the mat. You may have them on your shins, blocks, whatever's in your practice. Good, and on an exhale, step back into a high plank pose. And we're going to progress this throughout the class. So for now, I really want a knees, chest, and chin as we lower. Meaning, first drop your knees, second lower your chest, and finally your chin. Now from here, roll your shoulders up and back into a low cobra. Gaze upward. Exhale, pushing back through child's pose into a downward facing dog. Inhale, look towards the top of the mat. Slowly make your way up there. From here, inhale, halfway lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rising back up to mountain pose. Good, that was your first Sun Series A. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back both legs into high plank. From here, drop your knees, chest, and chin. Inhale into a high cobra this time. And exhale through child's pose into downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Good. On your inhale, look towards the top of your mat. Make your way up there. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And inhale, rooting down through your feet, rising up. Exhaling, mountain pose. Catch your breath and let's do this one more time. Sun Series, Sun Salutation A. Inhale, arms up and out to the side. Gaze following your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to high plank. This time we're going to do a Chaturanga Dandasana, which means we bend at the elbows ever so slowly. And when you get to the bottom, when you inhale, we're trying an up dog. So you actually are lifting your thighs and your shins off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. So those are the 3 progressions. Meaning you can do low cobra, high cobra, down dog, or I'm sorry, up dog. Whatever's in your practice. Inhale, coming to the front of our mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up. Arms up above. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Now we're going to do our Sun Salutation B series, also 3 times. This one involves chair pose. So from here, we're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale into that chair pose. See if you can keep your knees over your ankles, and if you can tuck your pelvis in. Hold here for 3 breaths. Biceps, arms are by your ears. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right leg back, left leg back, high plank, lower, chaturanga. Up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So far nothing new except the chair pose. But on an inhale, lift your right leg up high behind you, bend at the knee, and sweep it through both of your hands. Plant your back foot, heel down, kind of at a 45-degree angle. Square your hips facing the front. Bend your front leg, your front knee, arms up. This is warrior one. Now, if this feels really uncomfortable in your body, there's the option to change to a crescent lunge, which means lifting up that back heel. So warrior one, heels down. You kind of can feel that hip twist, but you're always trying to keep your hips square. Wherever you are, exhale, high plank, lower, up dog. Exhale back to that down dog. Breathe here. Exhale. Inhale, left leg up high. Exhale, bending the knee. Sweeping that leg through both of your hands. Planting your right heel down. Inhale, warrior one on the left. So you'll see my hips are tight, so I kind of want to, with my body face this way, but I square my hips. Good. See if you can deepen in your front leg. Breathe. Beautiful. Exhale, arms down, framing your front foot, stepping it back to a plank, lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then from here, we're going to take a few breaths. Coming back to our front of our mat, which mine is scooting forward a bit. And before we go up, we're getting back into chair pose. This is sun salutation B after all. Deepen your chair, tuck your pelvis. Good. Inhale, release, coming up tall. Exhale, mountain pose. One down, two to go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold again. Inhale into your chair pose. Good. Breathe. See if you can bring a smile. Good. Exhale, release into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back into plank pose. Lowering down, chaturanga dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg up and behind you. Bending at the knee, sweeping it through. Planting your right foot in the center of your mat between both hands. Rotating that back foot down to the mat. Squaring your hips, arms up, bending. Warrior one. Breathe here. Feel your heart pumping blood. Good. Exhale. Framing that front foot, sweeping it back behind you into a high plank. Lowering down. Lifting back up. Exhaling into your down dog. Breathe here. Inhale, left leg back up behind you. Bending at the knee, bringing it forward between both your hands. Planting your right foot down behind you, Lifting up, warrior one on the left. Really nice. Can you deepen a little more? Good. Exhale, release your arms, frame your front foot, sweep it back, high plank, down to the ground. Lifting up, exhaling back into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, coming to the top of the mat into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to chair. Here we go. You got this. Really proud of you. And if you find your weight really far forward, bring it back by leaning into your heels a little. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly coming up all the way to the top. Exhale, hands to heart. Really, really well done. Grab a sip of water if you need before we do our third and final sun salutation B. Catch your breath. Good, let's go. Arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into high plank. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up and behind. Bringing it through to plant it between both your hands. Left foot planted, arms up, bending into your warrior one. Good. Exhale. Frame your front foot. Step it back to a high plank. Exhale, lower down. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale your left leg up and behind you. Bending at the knee. Sweeping it between your hands. Planting your right foot down. Rising up strong out of your legs. Squaring your hips, bending into that front knee. Warrior one on the other side. Good. Exhale. Framing that front foot to step it back. Plank pose, lowering down. Lifting up, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. See if you can notice how your legs or feet or ankles feel different now. Are your heels a little lower? Your spine a little longer? Good. Inhale, looking up. Following your gaze with your feet, coming to the top of your mat. Here, exhale, just dangling. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, actually fully, into our chair pose. Last one of the practice. Really good. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, arms down by your side. Mountain pose. Moving on to the next part of our flow, we're going to inhale, arms up, exhale into a cactus, and have a slight back bend. Good. Dive into a forward fold. And on an inhale, halfway lift, and on our exhale, we're going to go into a squat. So point your toes towards the long sides of your mat and exhale down into a squat. So I'm going to change so you can see me. Your elbows press into your knees. If this is too much sensation, you can prop a block. Good, so we're breathing in our squat. Feeling this deep in our hips, which we already felt a little bit with some warrior ones. Exhale, plant your hands, start to slowly unroll, and we're all going to transition into a wide-legged forward fold. So you'll want your toes facing the long side of your mat. So from here, we're going to inhale, exhale, fold forward. Eventually, the top of your head is aimed towards your mat. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Breathing here. Feeling this all the way in your entire legs on each side. Good. From here, lift up a little more, all the way to the top. Move your left foot to dissect that front part of your mat again. We're going to do warrior two. So my toes are parallel with the short end of the mat. I actually want them 45 degrees in. So from here, we're going to lift both arms out and fold into warrior two. My weight is centered in my hips. So not all of the effort is coming from my legs, but also my core. Inhale, flip your front palm up. Exhale, lean back into a reverse warrior two. Try not to have your front leg pull up and out, but keep that deep fold. Really good. Inhale, we're gonna come back up all the way. Now I'm gonna straighten my front leg and we're gonna do a triangle pose. So this may be where you want a block on the inside. Holding on here. Your gaze is up towards your hand. Maybe do some wrist circles. Good. From your triangle, look down towards your front foot, frame it with both of your hands, and set yourself up into a low lunge. You can drop your knee, hands on your front knee, your left knee, so right leg back. And you can exhale into kind of a half split. Inhale into this low lunge, knee down. Exhale, half split. And on our half split, we have a flexed foot. Good. One more time. Exhale. bringing both feet to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Coming back up to Tadasana. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into our squat. And this doesn't have to be static. You can wiggle a little bit. Supporting your body. Honoring yourself. Good. From here, we're going to plant the hands down, lift up into straight legs, and stepping into a wide-legged forward fold. So inhale in your halfway moment, exhale, forward fold. Option to hold on to your ankles or your toes or your legs. You could also stretch your arms forward, getting a stretch this way. Just breathe. Inhale, halfway lift. Now we're going to do warrior two on the other side. So you're going to be facing the back of your mat. Rising up, spinning your heels, extending your arms and bending into that knee. Can you lift up out of your chest? Can you raise your arms one more inch? Good. Flip your front palm up. Inhale and exhale. Reverse warrior two on the other side. Be sure if you lean on yourself that it's your thigh or your shin, not your joint, not your knee. Good. Now exhale into our triangle pose. Again, using a block. You may need to shorten your stance a little. Maybe holding on your ankle, maybe using your core and just floating. Good. Gaze up on your left arm, high to the sky. Maybe some wrist circles on this side. Good. Bringing that top arm down, framing that front foot into our low lunge. Dropping the knee, top of your foot flat on the mat. Inhaling, rising into this lunge. Exhaling into your half split, toes to your nose. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. Low lunge. Exhale, half split. Inhale, low lunge. We're going to turn and sweep ourselves all the way back to the front end of our mat. Bringing that right foot back in. Feet together. Folding forward. Good. Inhaling all the way up to the top. Exhaling into our gentle back bend. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Let's move on to the seated portion of our class. I'm going to scoot my mat a little forward for you. We're going to meet in a staff pose, which means you sit on your bottom and your legs are extended in front of you. Now you may need to kind of pull out some of your tush so that you get a really good position. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, gentle forward fold. We're going to come back to this, so no need to really push it right here. And you want to fold at the hips, not the top of your back. This is not about reaching your toes and letting your ego get in the way. This is about meeting yourself where you're at. For me, it's right here. Good. Inhale, coming back up to your staff pose. Bend your right knee and bring it to the inside of your left thigh. Again, I gotta scooch out some of my tissue. We're gonna inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold over this left leg. Now this one can have a little more of that upper back fold. Two more breaths here. Good. Inhale, rising back up. Exhale, bring your left foot to meet your right so that the soles of your feet are together in a butterfly. I have a lot of flexibility in this pose. You may feel more comfortable with 2 blocks under your knees. Wherever you are, holding onto your feet. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold any degree. Good. Inhale, coming up. Extending your right leg forward. Your left leg stays bent. And place your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. Now, lifting up tall, rooting down through the ground, and exhale, forward fold over your right foot, right leg. Good. Inhale, rising back up. Bringing that left leg back to staff pose. Bringing the shoulders around and down. I told you we'd be coming back. Here it is. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And then option to fully release, bending your back wherever you may be. Good. Inhale, gently releasing, coming up, and slowly lowering down all the way to the ground. We've had a lot of forward folds in this class, so we're going to counterbalance that with a bridge pose. So bend your knees, bring your feet flat on the mat, should be right in line with your hips. Perfect. From here, we're going to inhale, push up out of our feet, and lift our hips high to the sky. Bridge pose. Exhale, release, vertebra by vertebra. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale, rising up. You may be able to clasp hands underneath. You may keep your hands flat on the mat. Exhale, release down. Good. One more time. Inhale up into our last bridge pose. One more breath. Exhale, release. Now allow your feet to scooch forward a little bit. We're going to windshield wiper the legs, side to side. Loosening up the body. Starting to cool down, allowing our heart rate to slow. Find yourself in the center and bring your right leg up high to the sky, bending at the knee, and place your right ankle on your left knee. This is a reclined figure 4. You may be able to bring this in by holding on to the back of your thigh. You may be able to hold on to the front of your shin. Wherever you are, if you press into your right knee, you will deepen that hip stretch. You can also just rotate externally. It does the same thing. We tend to carry a lot of tension in our hips, so don't be surprised if you feel some emotions, some release when you stretch these hips. Good. Releasing your left leg back to the mat, right leg up high, and releasing it. Inhale your left leg up high to the sky, bending at the knee. Let's do the other side. Figure 4. Left ankle over right knee. Inhale and exhale, bringing it in. A little closer, however feels best to you. Option to push into your left knee a little bit or just externally rotate it. And don't be surprised if the different sides of your body feel different. We are often not symmetric in the way we hold our stress. For instance, I think I can actually bend my left hip a little more. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Extend both of your legs long, and if you have a bolster like I do, you can put that under your knees for our final resting pose, Shavasana. So Shavasana is actually still effort. So you release your legs, you allow your feet to open outward, and you tuck your shoulders so that you're almost puffing up your chest. From that position, you drop into it. You want your palms face up, or you could also place one hand on your heart, the other on your belly. Eyes are closed. Breath is deep. And now we just melt like butter. Allowing any tension in your forehead to release. Any clench in your jaw to soften. can you release your tongue from the roof of your mouth and let it sink a little heavier into your mouth? Beautiful. Good. Start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. With your eyes still closed, turn to your right side to sort of a fetal position so that your head is resting on your right upper arm. Now pushing into both of your hands, coming up to a seated position. Pausing for a moment. Thank yourself for your practice. Gently opening the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me in this slow flow vinyasa. Again, my name is Andrea. I'm with Kind Mind Meditation, and I hope to see you again. Really well done. Thank you.